This is Dee with Divine L, and this is another results video um, based on the reading that was done a week ago that was talking about this past weekend. And okay, before we get into that, some interesting things going on with some of the other tarot readers. I remember saying that this is just the tip of the iceberg during my video. Several, and I mean several, said the exact same phrase. Coincidence? You know me and coincidences. And then a whole bunch of them, I was teaching you guys how to read between the lines. And a whole bunch of tarot readers said that exact same phrase. Read between the lines. So something to make note of. Doesn't necessarily prove anything, but when coincidences start stacking up like they do, can't ignore it, right? Anyway, I do appreciate the letters, and as you know, I'm extremely busy, so if I haven't gotten back to you, don't take it the wrong way. It's just I'm extremely, extremely busy, and my focus has been on the collective. So focusing on single people can be difficult for me. Although I would enjoy that. That would be awesome. Unfortunately, my time is very, spread out already. So we'll see down the road. A piece, those of you that sent letters, I do thank you though. And I will try to get back. I can't guarantee anything. My mission is extremely complicated. So, also those of you that, have faith in my abilities and I did individual readings for, I do appreciate you ever so much because it helps me continue my mission. And thank you for the tip. You know who you are. And by tip has more than one meaning, so you guys read between the lines. Anyway, so, the reading I did was talking about Israel or London burning, right? And it was talking about the 10th, 11th, 12th, that weekend, this past weekend. And sure enough, things kicked off exactly where the card said, in Israel. And yeah, firing missiles back and forth, just like the reading was talking about. Here's the 12th. IDF strikes Gaza targets following rockets launched into Israel's south. So the reading was more than a little accurate. I told him, according to what Gabriel told me, told him to get out by the 10th, by the 10th, by the 10th, right? Well, this started up on the 10th. And, yeah, it's a thing. very unfortunate thing, I might add. So let's look at this a little bit more. This is September the 13th. IDF strikes targets in Gaza as rocket sirens go off in southern Israel. Here we go. Operation Guardians of the Wall. They do like to name those operations, don't they? Right? Operation London Bridge down. Read between the lines. They're quite fond of their alpha, beta, delta, gamma, etc. They also like to name things that. Read between the lines. I'm just trying to teach you guys how to do something that you inherently should know how to do, but many don't. Because they were trained from childbirth. Shh. If you have abilities, keep it quiet. People will think you're crazy. Shh. Don't tell. That mask. You've been wearing a mask since birth. Shh. Don't tell. Don't tell. Cover up those abilities. Ignore them. Or you'll be the laughing stock. Who's laughing now? You all have these abilities. The very same ones that I use. And I'm trying to help teach you or reteach you about those variabilities. Didn't have a lot of time to prepare for these this particular video. I've got several, as you can see, there's a whole bunch of tabs going on here. I've got several videos I'm going to be doing. I don't like that I have been tasked with, by my team, to report on ugliness getting ready to happen. But it is the age of Aquarius, the age of enlightenment, the age of revelations, where everything comes to light, the truth. It's all about that sword of destiny, 100%. So, my main focus, even though what they're giving me is what feels like negative things, my thing is to teach you, you have abilities, and you need to not be in fear mode, no matter what the readings say. Now, if you live in those specific areas, I would just listen to the directions and get the F out. Unfortunately, very few people hear that message. And so, unfortunately, there's loss of life. And that kills me. The very idea that what I'm talking about in those cards happens and there's loss of life involved. I don't like it. But evidently it's all about this program, the machine. The astrology is the machine. And some of these events are destined to happen. And how we behave during this time matters. Absolutely. It's interesting because I did get a comment. I did not respond because I normally do, even to negative comments, um, or veiled negative comments, because it was kind of veiled, kind of the snarky thing, right? I can be quite snarky too, and I do appreciate that kind of humor. Absolutely. Only intelligent people can issue a spanking to someone with the dull side of a sword. So I do appreciate that ability. But, however, they spoke too soon. Entirely too soon. They were like, well, I think we can safely ignore this reading. Oh, that was a little too, how should we put it? Premature. Sorry. Just being snarky. Anyway, just me. I'm an Aquarius. I do love intellectual duels. No problem. I'm game. I'm down for it. Always. So I do appreciate the intelligence level that was behind the snarkiness. Anyway, you spoke too soon, unfortunately. I worry about having egg on my face all the time, and you should too. I try not to speak prematurely. That's why sometimes I hold off on results videos till I can fully assimilate and prepare what I need to bring. Because I don't. That Ace of Swords means everything to me, and I don't want to bring anything that will provide egg on the face. That's the last thing. Yeah, the last thing I want. Because it is about that Ace of Swords. 100%. Anyway, this crap in Israel started up on the 10th, as Gabriel said. As I said, he is part of the team. And because so few see these videos, it just is what it is, and there's nothing I can do to change that. It is destined, predestined. That Wheel of Fortune card, if it comes out, there ain't no changing it. It's going to happen. Now, can we change destiny? I think there is some possibility, if enough, because they keep telling me, they've told me from day one about this tipping point, and I've talked about that way back in my videos. Those of you that follow me know exactly what I'm talking about. Way back about this tipping point. If enough people know and wake up, it creates a tipping point. Can we tip destiny? I'd like to think we could. We are, after all, what we are. We are magicians, creator energy, created in the image, right? So that tells me that there's always what? The Temperance card, mixing the cups of hope and faith, right? Alchemy, be the magician. Use all the tools in our toolbox, including the divinely given ones I'm trying to teach you and get you to start using again. Because if you use those tools, you'll help wake up others, like I'm doing with you, etc., so on, and the snowball avalanches. And I've talked about that too in the past. It's been an extremely agonizingly slow snowball. I have learned that Temperance card beyond anybody's comprehension. Yeah, trust. Anyway, yeah, they do like to, name these things Operation, right? That's their little thing. Anyway, one of these articles, I don't remember which one, where, when, was listing about the fact that it was over the 10th, 11th, 12th. And yeah, that's unfortunate. I should do these a little faster, but I'm like I said, I'm trying to work out my own self doubt, and plus I've got my own 3D holodeck life I have to keep going, and learning to be more diligent with my own paying attention to myself, self-love, right? Because that's important. I can't do my mission if I don't do that. And I'm learning that the hard way. Unfortunately, I'm an Aquarius. We learn everything the hard way. Fixed signs. That is what it is. You can tell, well, it doesn't have to be fixed signs. Most people, well, everybody most likely has fixed signs in their chart somewhere, and we all can be stubborn and thick-headed. Some are better about seeing somebody else learn a lesson and go, "Ooh, I'm not doing that." But unfortunately, I'm an Aquarius. I got to do everything the hard way, which is okay. It just can be a painful lesson sometimes. Anyway, joint operations. Anyway, so yeah, Israel on fire. Jerusalem specifically, like I said. This is going on in the Gaza Strip. And yeah. Anyway, what's interesting is Hamas gets ordered by the court to pay NIS $38 million. Well, what about the other way around? How much are they going to owe them? Or is it a wash? Who killed who? Or how many killed? Over there in Israel. And they can order from here to Timbuktu, but where's the countersuit? Just saying. The wheels of justice aren't always fair, is it? All right. So, I don't know for sure because September is not quite over yet. We're only halfway through it. And it's already been just a little crazy, to say the least. But North Korea says it fired 2 new long-range cruise missiles over, guess what? The weekend. Yeah. There was also, well, I'll let them confirm their own remote viewing, but there was an explosion in a Navy base here in the stateside. Is likely what 2 of the remote viewers at Farsight picked up on. And some other remote viewers and other groups. I don't keep track of all of them. Let's put it this way. With their ability on their remote viewing and my ability to fill in between the lines, make a hell of a team, huh? So far, no takers. We'll see. We shall see. Anyway, yeah. Knowing what's going to happen before it happens. There's only, well, I told you about the book of Revelations. Only the Holy Spirit can tell you what's going to happen. So don't bother reading the book or trying to decipher it. Because there's only one person on the planet. Others can give you, oh, it's going to happen this month. We don't know where, when, why, or how, but here it is. And I can give you the who, what, when, where, why, and sometimes even the time of day. Yeah. And the date. That's pretty exceptional, I would say. It's a little beyond, I would say. But I'm trying to teach you guys how to use those exact same abilities because you were given those abilities too, and you were told to squash them. And I know you guys have had weird coincidences, weird things happen where you think about somebody and they call, or vice versa. And you shrug it off. That's just a fluke. Just a coincidence. No, it wasn't. You do have abilities. Absolutely. 100%. Anyway, now I want you to read between the lines. So these guys launch cruise missiles. Now I told you all the governments are in cahoots. And all you have to do is read between the lines to see the connections. Doesn't take much to figure that out. Oh, we're going to play war games. And we'll take out a million or two and fulfill the Georgia Guidestones. I get, I understand the need or their need to feel like they need to control you, because some of you are quite frankly out of control. So I understand that. My logic agrees with that. But I don't think they have to do it the way they do it, because that's very ugly. I think if you inform people, they'll willingly do what it takes. It takes time. It might take a little longer, but killing them off by the droves as fast as possible is not the way to go. It's interesting because they say Social Security is going to run out of money. Now here's a thought, something that maybe some of you haven't thought about. The bulk of the people that have passed away are not only very heavily programmed since childhood. So we're talking about the above 50 crowd, okay? But mostly 60 and above, heavily programmed and heavily vaccinated because they still believe the lies they were told because they were programmed via the media, education system, blah, 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 blah. Not all of them. There's a few freak shows out there like me that are above 60 or above 50, etc. that know better because they woke up. But here's the thing. With the vast numbers of the elderly passing away right now, that's definitely lifting the burden off the Social Security system. But the headline says Social Security is going to go broke at 2030 something because of COVID. With all those people dropping off the Social Security checkbook, payroll, how do they figure? Have you asked yourself that question? Because there's a whole bunch of payments Social Security's not having to make no more. Of Yeah. Of course, they want to hide the fact that they spent that money on things they weren't supposed to. Not just like they had the fact that that number was never supposed to be used for anything but Social Security, never as identification, and definitely not for loans or anything like that. Nope, it was against the law to use that number for anything but Social Security. However, that's not what's happening. Anyway, I digress. So, I'm going to show you one more thing. Let me find it. Maybe I'll just show you a couple more so you can read between the lines. Oh, where did I put it? I shall find it. Give me a moment. It's quite fascinating. And it just popped up. Yes, here we go. Oh, what's this? Palace. Yes, the Queen really did send congrats note to Kim Jong-un. Shh. You're not supposed to know that they're all in on it. Shh. Quiet. Don't tell. Oh, they do love their theater. Remember, the word operation has the word opera in the front of it. Words have meanings. Bank on it. More than one. They do love their theater. They do love to stage all kinds of fun things. It's part of their little game book. Yep. So, read between the lines. Yeah. You see these guys, they're supposedly Democrat and Republican, just going on stage and chewing each other up and making fun of each other and blah, 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 blah at these debates, right? It's all operation, opera, staged just for you so that you think that you have a choice between the two. Yeah, no such thing. Anyway, I've got more videos to do, more links to make. That one reading where I got the shark. Remember Black Edge? There's a shark picture. And there's more on that. I'm going to do that one next. I hope this was enlightening. So exactly what I said. Boom. And boom. The other thing, and I mentioned it in the last video, that about them stopping in Japan to show off the Queen Elizabeth II ship. Remember the Japanese gal and the light flashing? Well, you know, in the news they spotted a China sub over by the islands. And remember that video showed an Asian descent person behind a monitor and a light flashing above her. Very reminiscent of what, when all hands on deck, blinking lights go off in subs or ships. Oh, but you're not supposed to know that either. Fascinating. So we'll see how Operation London Bridge Down goes down. We shall see. But so far, like clockwork. Now, what's interesting is a typhoon went through that area. We do know that they can modify weather. So can I. And I don't need machines to do it. So can you. And you don't need machines either. More things I want to teach you guys how to do. Manipulate the holodeck. So, so we haven't really heard a lot of news coming out of the South China Sea. But there was a typhoon going through there. Did that delay the bridge? The opera? Did it delay that? Could be. We'll see. Anyway, I do plan on doing another reading too, but I wanted to get these results videos behind me and start showing you how to connect some dots. Like the reading showing me the shark and the whole black edge thing. There's something else that came up to me and I'm like, oh my gosh, that's right. And I'll show you. Just connecting dots. Anyway, hang in there. I hope you learned something. Especially the fact that you do have abilities and I aim to teach you how to use those. Part of my mission. Absolutely. Like I said, it's multi-pronged. I got a lot to do. I'm a busy girl. Anyway, have a good one. And yes, the results from my readings and other reading between the lines, other readings, other predictions without cards even, just based on connecting dots. They're exactly what's happening. So try not to speak too soon anymore. I would hold out. Definitely. Save face a bit. Take care. And more videos coming because as you see, all these tabs up here. Yeah. Wow. Some mind blowers. Anyway, take care. Talk to you soon.